Don't forget to like, subscribe and share the videos.
Hello friends, welcome to Ganesh IAS Academy. This is the new session. In this session, we are going to discuss about the previous year UPSC geography question. So in this session, we added a new feature which is about a prediction for the 2025 prelims. Based on the previous question analysis and also based on the current affair, we are guessing that these are the possible questions they may ask for the 2025 prelims. So please make a note of it, that will be more useful for your upcoming prelims exam. Let's begin the session. So this question was asked in 2016. It is about shale gas resources. So when it comes to India, where the shale gas resources are there, so it is about the Kembe region and the Kaveri basin and the Krishna Godavari. So the answer is 1, 2, 3, all the above. So you have to know about the shale gas. How the shale gases are formed. Shale gases are Shale gas is a type of unconventional natural gases that is trapped within a tiny pores and the fissures of the shale formation, which are fine-grained sedimentary rocks. That is the most important one. Unlike the conventional natural gases, which is accumulates in the permeable reservoirs rocks, shale gases remains locked within the impermeable shale itself and acting as both of the source and also trapped rock. Shale is formed from the compaction of the clay, silt, mud and the organic matters over millions of years. As this organic matter is buried deep underground and subjected to the immense heat and the pressure, it is transformed into a hydrocarbon, primarily the methane. So this is all about a shale. So in this manner, what they can ask for the 2025 prelims. So first of all, you have to know that when it comes to the energy needs, okay, India is heavily depends on the import of the crude oil and also natural gases. Okay, so there are the large dependent on that imports. That is the major concern when it comes to the energy sector in India. So the energy security. It is the biggest question mark for India because everything what we are using as a energy is actually imported. So for that, there is a change in the policy and they gave a new policy that is called as the HELP, hydrocarbon exploration and licensing policy. That was the new policy gave by the government of India. So we are going to discuss about the HELP. So hydrocarbon exploration in India is a critical endeavor driven by the country's surging energy demands and its heavy reliance on imports for the crude oil and the natural gases. India is the third largest consumer of the crude oil globally, with approximately 80% of its crude oil are made through the imports, okay, leading to a significant import bills. Key features of this HELP. So to overcome this scenario, they introduced a new policy that is called as the HELP. So in that, what are the key features? The first is uniform licensing. A single license is issued for the exploration and the production of all form of hydrocarbon, conventional oils and gases, and also unconventional shale and oil gases and coal bed methane. So earlier, for every individual one, for us, consider that I am running a company, okay, I am running an exploration company, oil exploration company. So if I need to explore the shale gases, okay, I need to get a license. Okay, same company that is trying to explore the coal bed methane, then they have to get another license. Okay, so for a single company, for every different gases that I want to explore, okay, I need to get a separate license. That is the major concern. But now it is changed. It is a uniform licensing. So for a single license, you can explore any of the gases. So that is the first changes they introduced. Second is it's about open acreage licensing policy. What is this open acreage? Earlier, it will be like the government of India will identify any one of the region. Consider that The government of India will identify Krishna and Godavari region and they will release it for an auction process. And as a company, we have to apply it for a bidding process. So this is the earlier method. Okay. So in this process, the government identifying the region it is actually going to take a longer time period. So that is the major concern. But in this open acreage licensing policy, this allows the companies to select the blocks of their own choices throughout the year rather than waiting for the government determined bidding round. Okay, so that is the major change introduced in the help. Next is revenue sharing model. So earlier it is a profit sharing model, PSM. So what is this profit sharing and what is the revenue sharing? Consider that. I'm running a oil exploration company. Okay. So in that oil exploration company, I bidded for a two blocks. Consider a block A and block B. Okay. So for that first block A, I bidded it with 1000 crore. Okay. From that, I'm making a profit of, by exploring that, I'm making a profit of 1500. So if the profit sharing method is about 50% means the profit what I made is 500. So in that I have to pay 250 to the government and 250 is for mine. This is about a profit sharing. Okay. Consider a block B. Here also I made a bid of 5000 crore, but in that I'm making a losses and I able to make money only of 750 crore, which means I made a loss of 250 crore. So consider that in the block B, that shale exploration is in the deeper region. Okay. So for that exploration itself, I have to spend a lot of money. So in that scenario, I spent a lot of money in it. So by the way, I made a loss of 250 crore. So in this revenue sharing method, or in the profit sharing method, the government will share only the profit, not the loss. So as a bidder, as a company, I have to face this 250 crore as a loss. But if I am going to make a profit, the government will take the profit. Okay. So this is the issue in the earlier scenario. Now they shifted it to the revenue sharing method. So in this revenue sharing, what the government will do is, okay, you bidded it for 1000 crore. Now during the based on the exploration, you are only making a 750 crore. So you are end up with a 250 crore loss. So what I'm going to do is I will repay the 250 crore to you. Okay, so the idea is so simple. The government's motto is to ensure the energy security in India, not about making a profit in it. Okay, so the idea is so simple. It is about making a India with security of this energy. So you made a loss. I will repay the money. Okay, I will repay this 250 crore. So it is not about making a profit. It is about making India as a energy secured one. That is the idea. So when it comes to the revenue sharing model, it replaced the yearly profit sharing models under the NELP to reduce the complexity and disputes over the cost recovery and enhance transparency. And the company now shares percentages of their revenue. Okay, next, marketing and pricing freedom. Operators have the freedom to sell the crude oil and the natural gases produced from these blocks in the domestic market through the transparent bidding process. And then reduce regulatory burden, aims to promote the ease of doing business by minimizing the government scrutiny of cost details, okay, and lower the royalty rates, okay, and then the most important is release of no-go areas. Earlier, there are many regions that are the government made restrictions on it. There is a barrier for the exploration project on that region based on the environmental concern. But in this HELP project, they released it. Okay, so the release of the no-go area, significant offshore areas previously restricted for the exploration due to the environmental and the strategic reasons have been opened up and expanding the exploration acreage. So this is all about the new idea of this help. Okay, so please make a note of it. That will be more useful for your upcoming prelims exam. Thank you.